This is Billy. Now it's the...
What's going on, everyone? Darkside Phil here.
Then it's codename Kids Next Door. This is Cartoon Network.
Alright, so, that being said, it's good fun. I had a good time last night. I hope you'll check it out. You know, like I said, 1,000 people already have, which is excellent. And more are checking it out on demand. I will say this, if you enjoy it, consider supporting it. Because like I said, the stream did great with Super Chats, but everything else was kind of dead. So if you like that event and you want to do maybe a super thanks on the video, or look at the description of the video and leave a tip, that'd be great. That'd be a great way to help support that channel, okay? Also, let's see here. Oh, of course, tipping. What am I talking about? Tipping is a great way to support the channel. And tips are important because tips are basically support I get right now. Literally, any tip I get could be put towards a game. It could be put towards a bill. It could be put towards my grocery shopping tomorrow that I'm going to do on my day off. It's really important, all right? So please consider tipping. And I'm going to be very honest with all of you. You know, I'm kind of messed up in my head right now because of stuff going on behind the scenes financially. It's tearing me apart, man. It's to the point where, like, I'm at my wit's end. And I want you to understand, I hope that doesn't come through on the streams. That I hope that when I'm playing games and interacting with you guys and having fun, that it doesn't seep through that there's really stressful stuff going on with me behind the scenes financially. Because I am struggling right now really bad. I mean, just take a look this past month, right? Like, I couldn't afford half the games. I couldn't get the Genesis Mini myself. This sucks, you know? And I'm doing my best to not let that come through on the streams. Really, I am. I hope that it doesn't, and I hope that it's not negatively affecting anything. And I just want to let you guys know, you know, when you support me via, you know, this crowdfunding on streams, it helps a ton. If you like the content, and because tips are so important, we actually have tiered rewards for tips. For every 50 bucks raised on any particular stream, I'll do something special, whether it's put on gunner glasses or allowing you to pick a hat from my big wardrobe of hats that we have over here in my closet to the left. If we ever happen to hit the top tiered tips reward for a stream, you also can vote on a vest for me to wear. But that very rarely happens these days. But
Alright guys, so I'm going to be streaming for just over another hour, just so everybody knows. And right now, as you guys can see, we are at $28 in tips. So we got a ways to go if we're going to hit the vest goal tonight. Just throwing that out there. You want to see the vest streak continue. 57 straight stream. You don't want to see it end tonight. Please consider contributing via a tip.
Can I get a silly Zelda hat with elf ears for Tears of the Kingdom? It's this simple, no. I feel like we have enough hats. Like, no exaggeration. Just listen to this. Here's how many hats we have. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We have 16 hats already, okay? And then vests. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? We have 16 hats, and we have 10 vests in the rotation. Now, how often do you see a hat? Once every few streams? How often do you see a vest? At most once a week? I don't think we need to be adding new hats and vests. I'm just saying. Like, at this point, we have so many, you know, that it's a ridiculous closet full. Like, I have my whole top shelf of my closet is just hats. I'm serious. So, taking a look at that, no, I really don't realistically think we should be adding more hats to the rotation at this point. I think we have more than enough. You know, if it was an example where every day I was wearing a hat and they were getting stale, that'd be different. But actually, it's the case where we rarely even wear a hat. You know, we don't really hit the $100 tips goal that often anymore.
This streak has been going on for so long, and we've pretty much just been hitting it every night. I never really put thought into what would be another streak. I don't even know. I think there may not be another streak. Like, this was basically just like the natural streak, and it happened naturally, and I don't know if there would even be another one, seriously. It might just be it's over. There's no more streaks, no more celebrations, nothing. We just don't bother with it anymore. That's the end of it. But I'll tell you this now, I'm very glad that I didn't order anything for the next vest celebration yet, because I was actually going to. but I guess maybe it's a good thing I didn't.
Casanova, I told this story before. He said, I bought a new bicycle, can't wait for it. When was the last time you rode a bike? When I was growing up, my parents bought me a bike, okay? My dad was teaching me to ride it. We went out maybe 2-3 times, and I was just starting to get the hang of it. Just starting to get the hang of it, okay? And then my next door neighbor, who was around the same age as me, went out on his bike one day, and he was riding his bike, and he got his ass jumped, beaten up to a bloody pulp, and had his bike stolen. And when that happened, I said, I don't want to fucking ride a bike in this neighborhood. And I kept telling my dad, like, nah, this neighborhood's not safe. I'm not going to fucking ride a bike. Like, I'm not stupid. I'll stay in the yard and play with my friends or go to their yards, but I'm not going to fucking ride around. And because of that, I never actually learned to ride my bike. And eventually, my dad sold it. He sold it off because it was a good bike. And they bought me this bike, and it just went to waste. And then, funny enough, okay, this one time, so this had already happened. Okay, so already I wasn't going to ride a bike. It wasn't a big deal. I didn't care about it. We went to this charity basketball game where I think it was like the fire department against the cops. Okay, and at this charity basketball game, they were doing a raffle. So my dad entered the raffle, and you know, there's tons of prizes you can win. They do the raffle. We win the grand prize. Take a wild guess what the grand prize was. A bike. Not only a bike, it was a 1990s high-end, all the bells and whistles, crazy neon orange stripe paint bike. Like, this is one of the ones you would go to, like, Toys R Us or a kid's store, and it would be the most expensive bike they fucking have in the store, and every kid wants it, but no one gets it. That's the fucking bike that I won, right? So here I am, and now I know I'm not riding this bike. Like, dude, if my neighbor riding a normal bike got their ass jumped and got their bike stolen, can you imagine if my ass jumped on this fucking neon tiger stripe bike riding through my neighborhood? I probably wouldn't get 2 blocks of concrete before 10 people punch me in the face and take the bike. So basically, you know, I won the bike, and I had to go up with my dad and pose in front of everyone as they applauded that I won the bike. And literally the bike came home, and my dad's like, well, I guess we got to figure out how to get rid of this. And we sold that one too. Yeah. It is depressing. I agree. Let me tell you something. That day when I saw my neighbor and his face was all fucked up because he got beat up and his bike stolen, I was like, dude, this is fucked up, man. That's where I grew up. A lot of people think I grew up in this, like, great neighborhood. That, oh, Phil was a rich white kid. I was never rich, and I was never in some kind of a ritzy neighborhood. I very much lived in, you know, middle to lower class.
And yes, I see someone asking in the chat, yes, my parents did have the money to buy it. They were just fucking stupid.
Because everyone here is Connecticut, think everyone's rich. That's very untrue. It is very true that there's big concentrated pockets of very rich people in Connecticut that live in fucking mansions and gated communities. That is not where I live. It's hilarious that people have this weird misconception. So people have actually said something as stupid as, Phil has rich parents, and he can't wait because he's going to get inheritance someday. I am not getting any inheritance from my parents. They don't have any money. That's not happening. You guys are out of your minds who make this nonsense up.
Why am I toxic? You want to know who's toxic? You want to know who's fucking toxic? Your parents. Because they're letting you use the fucking internet and say dumb shit on the internet because I know you're like fucking 8 years old.